Hey everybody, welcome back to RLR. Today we're going to talk about breather boxes and why you need them. Okay, welcome back about breather boxes. You need a breather box because basically the engine needs to breathe. When you have an opposed motor, you don't have gravity on your side with the oil being able to drain back. It has a real big problem. Everything gets stuck up in the valve covers and has nowhere to go. If you don't have a righteous breather system, basically you're dead in the water. What happens is the motor begins to pump and then the oil makes it out of the breather. Some of you may have seen the big fat mess behind your fan shroud where your breather couldn't hold it all. But with these RLR breathers, we're going to talk about the evolution of where we started and where we ended. And I'm leaving it open-ended because this isn't the last of the last. Some of these breathers we may improve on again. Today we're going to talk about the biggest to the smallest breathers, but we're going to start with the 3-quart, go to the 1.5 quart, and then we're going to go down to the new 1 quart that we just designed for the street guy who needs a really good breather that'll fit on the firewall behind his fan shroud. One of our first breather boxes that we made was this 3-quart model, and we ran this on a lot of the chassis cars. With dash 10 fittings on each of the bottoms, each one of these will go to a valve cover, and then the bottom would go back to the block so that it equalizes the pressure. Each one of these boxes is filled with foam, and we'll go through that later. And the foam serves as a baffle so that the oil that is in the box doesn't want to come out of the box. But there's plenty of ventilation, should I say, so that this thing can breathe really well without puking everywhere. So this is our 3-quart. Now, we came out with a 3-quart for the chassis cars, and then we decided we needed something for the street cars. So we came out with this 1.5 quart. So you can kind of see the perspective on this deal. You know, it's a pretty good looking thing. It's just a lot thinner than the 3-quart and smaller. So this is 3-quart and this is 1.5 quart. And for years, this was our box that was our go-to for almost every street car that was out there. My Hawaiian friend told me that on some of the early cars, you know how those Hawaiians like baby windows. He said that on the early cars, in fact, the 1.5 quart it would fit, but it was really kind of tight. And it was a little bit to get it in there for some of the guys. So he encouraged me, like he always does on a lot of products, practically speaking, to make a box that would actually fit behind the fan shroud of an early car, which if it fits an early car like an oval, a baby window, it'll fit everything else. So we did exactly what he said. We came up with this, and I know you could say, oh, it looks so cute. Look at this little thing, right? So, but there's a good difference between the 1.5 quart and the 1 quart. They're roughly the same size and thickness, but the length is a little smaller. You can see the length there. And basically, this little sucker right here, it's the same. It has dash 8 fittings, one for each valve cover, and then one for the drain back to the engine block so it equalizes. So, I don't know. I think it's kind of cool. If you need more information about this, you can always call me or you can get on our website and look at all the information. But we'll try to do everything in these videos so you really don't have to do that, so you can just order up. But these work really well, and you can use this on a big motor, a turbo motor. I would say 300 or 400 horsepower would be able to hold this no problem at all, because space on a street car is always a constraint. So behind the fan shroud with this deal, and then like I said, we'll get into the inside of this here in the next few minutes here. All right, we're back. And if you're wondering what's going on inside here, I'm going to take this little Allen wrench and show you how this little baby comes apart. These are put together with a little Zeus fastener, and you do a quarter turn and that comes out, and the lid comes off, and then once the lid is off, then you have foam that's inside. The foam that we put in here is a high density foam that's fuel resistant. So you could actually clean this up with soap and water and put it back in. So inside, it's basically baffled via this foam. It's a really nice way to do it. Years ago, we used to weld baffles in and it got all crazy, but we just decided to start using this foam, and we never looked back. It really works well. So basically, when you put this thing back together, you just shove the foam back down in there, and there it is. It takes about 2 seconds. I mean, cleanup's a snap. Put the lid back on, use your Allen wrench, click, snap, all back. Again, fun to drive, fun to work on, fun to clean. I mean, how many ways can we have this be fun and have you guys be able to do this? I don't know. Let us know what you think. And if you like us, hit the little button, and we'll be doing more of these. Thank you.